Teacher knowledge and behavior is the component of the model that focuses on teachers' knowledge of students and content, and on their expertise in classroom management and pedagogy. Teacher behavior is the element of teacher knowledge and behavior that encompasses classroom management and pedagogy. More information on this can be found in the Technology as Facilitator of Quality Education model. The students are engaged in a unit on kites. Each student will do research on a topic dealing with kite flying or kite construction, and the research will be included in an informational booklet designed by the students. The teacher briefly presents an overview of the coming activities. First, the students do a brainstorming activity. They list the facts they already know about kites as well as what they still want to learn about. The concise overview and brainstorming activity prepare the students for the lesson, setting the stage for new learning. This displays one element of pedagogy.
So we're gonna brainstorm what we already know. Okay, these are topics that we can include, and if we think of more, we can add them. This isn't just the final list, but we're gonna go through a brainstorming process where we're going to put down what we know, and then what we feel like we need to know, what we need to learn to fill in all of the blank spaces. And then we're going to do research. We're going to do research in a number of ways. We have a lot of books over there that we can do research from. I have fiction and I have nonfiction. I have a lot of nonfiction books.
The teacher encourages the students to choose a role in creating their information booklet. They can use books, the internet, or CD-ROMs to research a topic on kites. The teacher demonstrates content management, an element of classroom management, by providing the learners with an outline of the whole project and encouraging them to choose the role they want to play in completing it.
Now, there are 4 of us and we have 2 computers. So we're going to have to divide up. Some will be using books, some will be using the internet. Maybe you can work 2 at a computer in some of the things. But we're going to spend most of the morning just getting that research done. We're going to come back and we're going to share the information that we got, and we're going to compile it and get it all together so that we can fill in what we've learned about kites. And then we'll go into our project and we're going to figure out how we're going to organize it to make our book. Okay. And we'll close out by actually writing down the information, maybe dividing up the tasks so that one of you might want to write about how to fly a kite, and another one might want to write the part of the book about how to make one, or the safety tips. And we'll divide that up and share it, and then we'll put it all back together so we'll have one finished product.
The teacher's pedagogy integrates multiple paths to knowledge. She acts as a facilitator to help her students comprehend language. She uses gestures and objects, points out the context of difficult words, and asks well-directed questions to make language comprehensible to her students. While she provides assistance to the students, she leaves them responsible for their own research. This encourages the students to become independent learners.
How do I fly a kite, Francisco?
The wind. With the wind.
Okay, so I just take my kite and I say, "Here, wind."
You have to run and then I don't know.
Think about it. Slow your mind down a little bit and think about it. So that if you were telling somebody who has never, ever, ever flown a kite before, and they wanted to know, they're looking at a kite like this and they say, "What do I do with this?" How would you tell them?
You have to let's say run and make it fly or something.
You have to run.
Throw it out and make it fly.
Okay, what else do I need to make it fly besides the wind and run? If I took a hold of Dina's kite here and I just started running, what would make it fly? What would I have to do?
Throw it away.
Throw it? So I just take the whole thing and throw it.
Oh no, hold the string.
Okay. You got to hang on to the string. What else? Those are the kind of details I'm talking about. So think about the details. Can you try and put yourself in the place of somebody who doesn't know anything about this? And what can you tell them?
The teacher displays classroom management by letting the students select the topics about kites they want to research. She then provides them with the tools they need to do their work: books, CD-ROMs, and internet sources. This style of in-class work management gives the students some control over and responsibility for their learning. Allowing the students to research the topics that interest them also increases student motivation.
What I would like to do now is to divide you up and have 2 of you go to the computers and 2 of you stay here, and then we'll rotate in a little bit. I want you to take your piece of paper, but I want each of you to take responsibility for one of these want to learn topics. And just focus on getting that information. Francisco, would you like to choose one of those to...
How much wind is in it?
Okay, how much wind? Okay, is too much? How much wind do you need? Okay, so you're going to search for that answer first. Okay, there may be more to it after you find that answer. Does anybody else have a favorite that they would like to, a topic that they would like to research? Ruth?
Who flew the first kite?
Okay, so you want to do history and who flew the first ones. Dina?
I want to know how many kind of kites are there.
Okay, the kinds of kites. Mark?
How does the wind make a kite fly?
Okay, that's tied in a lot with Francisco's. Would you like to work with him to just do research on the wind and how the wind makes kites fly and how much? Would that be okay, Fran?
Yeah.
Okay.
The teacher demonstrates knowledge of language and language development, an element of pedagogy, when one of her ESL students encounters new vocabulary. She helps the student get the meaning of the words from context, contextualizing the new words and relating them to the background experiences of the learner lead to a deeper comprehension of both the subject content and the English language.
Some good vocabulary. 3 forces that act upon a kite to keep it aloft. What does that word mean?
I don't know.
Can you put it in the context of the sentence and figure it out? There are 3 forces that act upon the kite to keep it aloft.
In the air.
Yeah, there you go. So, lift, gravity, and drag. 3 important words, don't you think? Maybe? Okay, why don't you put those down and then make arrows off so that you can make notes about what they are, so you can teach your classmates about it. Okay?
The teacher displays classroom management as she monitors student work. The instructor makes herself available to her students as they type research on the computer. She observes them closely, helping them with grammar and vocabulary. The teacher's knowledge of the subject matter, in this case the English language, is also an element of pedagogy. This allows her to facilitate effective communication by her students as they write their informational booklet.
Okay. How to fly it, what's it? If I'm opening a book and I just open to that page and that's the first page I see, I would like it if you would give me enough information so that I would know what you're talking about.
Fly the kite.
How do you fly a kite?
How do you fly a kite?
Or how can I fly a kite? Or how...
How to fly a kite?
You could start with, do you know how to fly a kite? Remember your questioning forms. You have to have a subject.